So now we are going to look at solving problems, and there is a request to you from my side that please don't skip any portion of this video. Watch the entire solution in detail, because solving problems is a skill, and through these illustrations I am going to teach you all the nitty-gritties of problem solving. I am going to show you all the possible techniques to solve a problem. How can you solve the problem in a much easy and beautiful manner? So let's take a look at the first problem. So what are we given is, the question reads as, a disk of radius r1 is cut from a larger disk of radius r2. Find the moment of inertia of the lamina about an axis of rotation passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane of the disk. The mass of the lamina is m. So what are we given? We had a disk of radius r2. From this disk, a disk of radius r1 has been cut out. So we have this particular lamina. Now the mass of this particular lamina, that is indicated by this shaded region, the mass of this lamina is m, and we need to find the moment of inertia of this particular lamina with respect to an axis which is passing through its center, and it is perpendicular to the plane of this lamina, that is the plane of this remaining shape. So the axis of rotation is perpendicular to the plane of the screen. So I am going to teach you how to solve this problem by two different ways. So carefully pay attention at how I attack this particular problem. So let us look at the first way, which I call the most general or standard way. So here what do we do is, at a distance x from the center of this disk, we take a small ring of thickness dx, which is indicated by this shaded green region. So what is the mass of this elemental ring strip? Let us call that as dm. So dm would be simply written as the mass of this lamina on how much area is the mass distributed, that is pi r2 square minus r1 square. And what is the area of this particular strip? That is nothing but 2 pi x dx. So what do we get? We get it as 2m x dx by r2 square minus r1 square. So what is the moment of inertia of this elemental ring with respect to this axis? It is simply di. So what is di? Di is simply dm times x square. That is the product of the mass of the ring and the square of the radius of the ring. So let us plug in the values. Let us substitute dm from here. So what do we have? 2mx dx by r2 square minus r1 square times x square. That is 2m x cube dx by r2 square minus r1 square. So what would be the total moment of inertia of this lamina? It would be I, that would be integral of di. So let us try to calculate I. I would be, let us write the constant terms first, 2m by r2 square minus r1 square times integral of x cube dx. Now what should be the limits on x? We can clearly see that x is varying from r1 up till r2. So the limits are from r1 to r2. So what do we have? 2m by r2 square minus r1 square times x to the power 4 by 4 where the limits are from R1 to R2. So let us simplify this. 2m by R2 square minus R1 square times R2 to the power 4 minus R1 to the power 4. Now we can simplify this particular term as R2 square minus R1 square times R2 square plus R1 square. So we can see that R2 square minus R1 square terms get cancelled out. Here also this terms get cancelled out. So what are we left out at the end of the day? We get our result as m times R1 square plus R2 square by 2. So this is the moment of inertia of this particular lamina that we are given in the question. So now I have taught you how to solve this question with a general approach. This approach is extremely straightforward, and to be very honest, anybody can solve using this approach. Let us try to solve the same problem in a much smarter way. So here we are given with this particular lamina where the disk of radius R1 has been cut out from a larger disk of radius R2. So the mass of this particular lamina is m. Now what we try to do is consider this particular empty section which does not have any mass. Try to imagine that this section is filled up with a mass of small m, and at the same time it is also filled up with a mass of minus small m. Clearly mass cannot be negative, but here we are trying to just have a mathematical simplification so that we can solve our problem in a much easier manner mathematically. Mass cannot be negative, but just for simplifying our problem, we are assuming that this particular empty section is filled up with a positive mass of small m and with a negative mass of minus small m. So overall, this particular section is having zero mass, because this positive mass small m and this negative mass minus small m are overlapping with each other. We are just assuming this particular fact. This is far away from reality. Just for solving the problem, we are assuming it mathematically. And the value of small m is such that if we just temporarily ignore minus m and if we just consider the masses capital M and small m, there is going to be uniform mass distribution in the disk. So how can we again mathematically assume the problem to be? We can assume that we have a disk of uniform mass distribution that is formed by the combination of capital M and small m, and there is a disk of mass minus small m located at the center of the disk, and the radius of the disk of mass minus small m is R1. So this particular region is filled up with a mass of plus small m and minus small m, so that if we consider capital M and plus small m, there is going to be uniform mass distribution in the disk and there is no hole in the disk. So what should be the value of small m? Small m should be m by pi R2 square minus R1 square times the area of this particular circle. So what is the area of this circle? it is simply pi r1 square. So what do we get? Small m is m r1 square by r2 square minus r1 square. So how do we calculate the moment of inertia of this particular lamina? First, we are going to assume that we have got a disk of radius r2 where there is no hole and it has got uniform mass distribution. And how are we getting that disk? That disk is formed by a combination of capital M and m plus small m, and over this disk we are overlapping a disk of mass minus small m and radius capital R1. So that's how we are generating a hole in this particular disk, and that's how we are getting this particular lamina. So let us calculate I. I would be simply capital M plus small m, that is the total mass of the disk with no hole, that is formed by the combination of mass capital M and plus small m. M plus m r2 square by 2, that is the moment of inertia of this disk with respect to an axis passing through the center of the disk and perpendicular to the plane of the screen, plus minus small m r1 square by 2. Note that because of the mass minus m, we are writing the contribution of minus m towards its moment of inertia as minus m r1 square by 2. There is a great significance of the negative term used here. So what do we get? Let us simplify this. So if we just try to simplify this particular expression, we have capital M r2 square by 2 plus small m by 2 r2 square minus r1 square. Let us substitute the value of small m. Let us use this result. So capital M r2 square by 2 plus half times capital M r1 square by r2 square minus r1 square times r2 square minus r1 square. So this terms gets cancelled out. So what are we left out with? We get the result as capital M by 2 times r1 square plus r2 square. That is the same result we obtained before. But here the approach is much smarter and much efficient. You are going to soon realize the potential of this approach in the next problem. So let us now try to solve this particular question which appeared in JEE Advanced or IIT JEE 2012. So let us try to look at the question. So what does the question say? The question says a lamina is made by removing a small disk of diameter 2r from a bigger disk of uniform mass density and radius 2r, as shown in this particular figure. The moment of inertia of this lamina about axis passing through O and P is I naught and IP respectively. So the moment of inertia of this particular lamina with respect to an axis passing through point O is IO, and the moment of inertia of this lamina with respect to an axis passing through P is IP. And both the axes are perpendicular to the plane of the screen. It is already given. So we need to calculate the value of the ratio of IP and IO up to the nearest integer. So it was an integer type question. So let us try to solve this question. So we have this particular scenario where this particular region is empty. So like before, what we should do is we should assume that this portion is filled up with a mass of plus m and minus m such that there is uniform mass distribution, as it is mentioned in the question that this disk is having uniform mass distribution. Let us assume that the mass of this entire disk, where initially there was no hole, as m. So, what should be the value of small m? So, small m would be simply m by pi 2r whole square, that is mass per unit area in the disk where there was no hole initially, times the area of this hole, that is pi times r square, because the hole is nothing but a circle of radius r. So this r square terms gets cancelled out, pi gets cancelled out, so small m is simply capital M by 4. So what is capital M? Capital M is nothing but the mass of the remaining portion of this disk plus the positive small m that we put in this particular section. So it is the mass of this disk if there is no hole in the disk. So let us try to calculate the moment of inertia of this entire structure with respect to point O first. So let us write it as IO. IO would be simply m times 2r whole square by 2 plus IO of the hole, that is the moment of inertia of the hole that is comprised due to this negative mass with respect to point O. So let us try to figure out IO hole, that is the moment of inertia of this negative mass minus m with respect to point O. So the moment of inertia of this negative mass with respect to an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to the plane of the screen would be minus m r square by 2. And we can simply apply the parallel axis theorem, because this point is nothing but the center of mass of this negative mass minus m plus, so what we can write, we can apply parallel axis theorem and we can write IO whole as minus mr square by 2 plus minus mr square. So what do we get? IO whole as minus 3 by 2 mr square. So IO is simply, let us simplify this particular expression, it is simply 2m r square minus 3 by 2 mr square. And let us substitute the value of small m. Small m is simply capital M by 4, so it is simply capital M by 4. So let us take the terms mr square common, so it would be 2 minus 3 by 8. So we can write it as 16 minus 3 by 8. So IO would be simply 13 mr square by 8. This is IO. Similarly, let's try to calculate moment of inertia of this lamina with respect to an axis passing through point P and perpendicular to the plane of the screen. So first of all, let us try to calculate the moment of inertia due to positive masses with respect to point P. So we have to apply the parallel axis theorem in this case. First, we need to calculate the moment of inertia because of the positive masses with respect to an axis passing through point O, and we will apply parallel axis theorem to calculate the moment of inertia with respect to axis passing through point P. So for the positive masses, the moment of inertia with respect to point O is simply m times 2r whole square by 2. that is the mass times square of the radius by 2, that is the moment of inertia of a disk with respect to an axis passing through its center, which is nothing but the center of mass, and perpendicular to the plane of the disk, that is this particular point, plus md square, so m times 2r whole square. So this is due to positive masses. So now let us try to calculate the moment of inertia due to negative masses. So it would be simply plus, what is the moment of inertia of this particular disk made up of negative mass with respect to point P? So it would be simply minus mr square by 2 plus, let us apply the parallel axis theorem. We know the moment of inertia of this negatively massed disk with respect to this axis, and we need to calculate the moment of inertia of this negatively massed disk with respect to this particular axis. So this length is 2r, this length is r, and if we connect these 2 points, this is nothing but a right angle triangle. So this particular length is root over r square plus 4r square. So it would be nothing but root 5 times r. So what would be d in this particular case? It would be root 5r. So d square would be 5 times r square. So let us try to simplify this. So it would be 2mr square plus 4mr square minus mr square by 2 plus 5mr square. So let us write it as 6mr square minus capital M by 4 r square times 1 by 2 plus 5. So let us take the mr square terms common. So what do we have? 6 minus 1 by 8 minus 5 by 4. So mr square times, let us take 8 as the LCM, it would be 48 minus 1 minus 10. So mr square times 37 by 8. So this is what is IP. So what do we need to calculate? We need to calculate IP by IO. So IP is 37 by 8 mr square, and what is IO? IO is 13 mr square by 8, 13 mr square by 8. So this terms gets cancelled out, and this is close to 3 because we can approximate 37 as 39 and 13 3s are 39. So this value is close to 3. So our answer is IP by IO equal to 3. So you can now appreciate the power of this method that I taught you just now.